Good morning from Disturbia on the 16th of November. The truth according to John chapter 9. Jesus heals the man born blind. And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Jesus answered, Neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me, while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground, and made clay of the spittle, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay, and said unto him, Go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is by interpretation, sent. He went his way therefore and washed, and came seeing. The neighbors therefore, and they which before had seen him, that he was blind, said, Is not this he that sat and begged? Some said, This is he. Others said, He is like him. But he said, I am he. Therefore said they unto him, How were thine eyes opened? He answered and said, A man that is called Jesus made clay, anointed my eyes, and said unto me, Go to the pool of Siloam and wash. And I went and washed, and received sight. Then said they unto him, Where is he? He said, I know not. They brought to the Pharisees him that was aforetime blind. And it was the Sabbath day when Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. Then again the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight. He said unto them, He put clay upon my eyes, and I washed, and do see. Therefore said some of the Pharisees, This man is not of God, because he keepeth not the Sabbath day. Others said, How can a man that is a sinner do such miracles? And there was a division among them. What did Jesus say? I did not come to bring peace, but a sword, to divide. The word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit and the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. People get the Messiah all wrong because they don't read the Bible. They won't read it. They believe false witness that is perpetuated about the Bible and about the Messiah, but they will not read the Bible. Please read it. They say unto the blind man again, What sayest thou of him that hath opened thine eyes? He said, He is a prophet. But the Jews, who are Esau, did not believe concerning him that he had been blind and received his sight, until they called the parents of him that had received his sight. And they asked them, saying, Is this your son, who you say was born blind? They were frantic, really. Oh my gosh, he healed a blind man. What do we do now? Well, later on he raised the dead. And that really got their goat. So much so that they had to crucify the Lord of glory, the word of truth. How then doth he now see? His parents answered them and said, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind, but by what means he now seeth, we know not. Or who hath opened his eyes, we know not. He is of age, ask him. He shall speak for himself. These words spake his parents, because they feared Esau. For Esau's children had agreed already that if any man did confess that he was Christ, he should be put out of the synagogue. That was step 1. Put them out of the synagogue. Step 2 was kill them. These children of Esau cannot abide the truth. If you tell them the truth, they will tell you you are haughty, you are proud, you are insane, you are anti-Semitic, you are a racist, you're a hater, you're a right-wing, radical, extremist Nazi. And guess what? The whole world will believe them and you will be marginalized. That's how it's going to go down. I never dreamed that it would go down like this, like what's happening today, but I think we're all in for a few more surprises. That's what they do. They blindside you, knock you right off balance. You don't know what hit you. That's how Esau works. Read the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. They think we're a bunch of stupid sheep, and indeed we are, because we don't read the word. Read Psalm 139. The reason why one gets understanding is because one reads the Bible. God gives you understanding because you do His commandments and love His laws more than your own life. That's what it's about. Therefore, said his parents, he is of age, asked him. Then again called they the man that was blind, and said unto him, Give God the praise. We know that this man is a sinner. He answered and said, Whether he be a sinner or no, I know not. One thing I know, that whereas I was blind, now I see. Then said they to him again, What did he do to thee? How did he open your eyes? He answered them, I have told you already, and you did not hear. Wherefore would you hear it again? Will ye also be his disciples? Then they reviled him and said, Thou art a disciple, but we are Moses' disciples. We know that God spake unto Moses, As for this fellow, we know not from whence he is. The man answered and said unto them, Why, herein is a marvelous thing, that ye know not from whence he is, and yet he hath opened my eyes. Now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshipper of God, and doeth his will, him he heareth. Since the world began, was it not heard that any man open the eyes of one that was born blind? If this man were not of God, he could do nothing. They answered and said unto him, Thou wast altogether born in sins, and dost thou teach us? And they cast him out. You see, they never deal with reality. They're always skating along the edges and asking questions that are not even pertinent. Messiah healed him, they knew it, and they couldn't deal with it. They didn't want to deal with it. They had to find a way to eradicate him. Herod was the king of Judah, not Pilate. Jesus heard that they had cast him out, and when he had found him, he said unto him, Dost thou believe on the Son of God? He answered and said, Who is he, Lord, that I might believe on him? And Jesus said unto him, Thou hast both seen him, and it is he that talketh with thee. And he said, Lord, I believe. And he worshipped him. And Jesus said, For judgment am I come into this world, for judgment, that they which see not might see, and that they which see might be made blind. And some of the Pharisees which were with him heard these words, and said unto him, Are we blind also? Jesus said unto them, If ye were blind, you would have no sin. But now you say, We see. Therefore your sin remaineth.